Okay, Saw, you are live and good luck.
Yes, sir.
You are live and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. You may have seen me type 1, 2, or 3 into chat. That is to determine what file I use. Anyway, I'm Sawneyrath11. I'm running Kirby Superstar. Had a bid war between 80% and 100%, which got tied up during the last run.
100% won.
Looks like threes are winning. Got tied up during the free enterprise race, and 100% pulled ahead by $25, so we're going to be doing 100%. So, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and right off the bat, Sonny is going to be doing a very narrow window of a trick. He only has 4 frames to pull this off. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Invenerable. I'm helping out while Sonny is intensely focused in some spots. He's going to be eating 2 enemies at once and trying to do a mix to get the Jet ability, which has the best horizontal movement in the game. And so we're going to see if he pulls it off here right out the gate.
Got it! Yeah, buddy! Okay, so, quick thing on that setup specifically. That is known as a quick setup for this mix. It actually saves about 1 second overall in the run. Now, Jet has the fastest horizontal movement in the game because you can dash, carry your dash status into the air, hit Y, and it activates an ability called Jet Header, which allows you to just go horizontally really, really fast. And so I use that throughout most of the rooms here in Dynablade. There are a couple of rooms that I have to focus more on vertical movement than horizontal movement, but those are few and far between. So,
And
go ahead.
And you'll see that throughout the game, that although everyone who played this game as a kid, you remember having your own favorite abilities. Well, the speedrun Sonny's doing is going to focus very heavily on a select few, either for fast movement, horizontal or vertical, or really fast DPS against certain bosses.
So, you may have seen a mini-boss just get absolutely obliterated because I jumped underneath him. Well, there's a bit of explaining to do on that. If you fully charge Jet and do a second jump when you're in midair, you actually get what is normally referred to as a partner jump because it sends you at the same speed as if you were jumping off of your partner. But since I'm not jumping off of a partner, that concept doesn't apply here. Instead, it actually just deals 200 damage to whatever enemy is above me, and in this case it was a Chef Kawasaki, and he just dies. Now, I hit one of the 2 ability room switches I need to hit in order to get the 100% requirement. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of different things I'm going to have to do to get 100%.
Yeah, just a quick review of those, because everyone, you had the bid war between any percent and 100%. Any percent requires just beating 4 game modes as quickly as possible. Dynablade, Revenge of Meta Knight, Great Cave Offensive, and Milky Way Wishes. 100% means that Sonny has to do all that. He also has to do Spring Breeze, Gourmet Race, and the Arena, and has to get both secret areas in Dynablade, all 60 treasures in the Great Cave Offensive, and all 19 Copy Essence Deluxe pedestals in Milky Way Wishes.
So, in the room before the goal area, I actually went above the top of the screen and did a mini-boss skip. That's going to be done a lot throughout this run. That's one of the massive time saves within this run that means a lot.
And that's one of the reasons that the Jet ability is so good. Not only does it give you that horizontal movement, it's going to let Sonny bypass so many mini-boss fights.
Now we made it through the wind room just right. Now here in Cocoa Caverns, this stage is completely execution based. If anything goes wrong, you just get bodied in this stage very quickly. So, like, me getting hit by that Frosty, I think it is, it's not too much of a time loss because I already had a pretty good start to the stage. And that was not what I wanted to do. So, one thing I haven't mentioned is that you can actually jump up ladders in this game, and it causes you to ascend much faster. Here comes another mini-boss skip. And that actually skipped a Bugsy.
About how many mini-bosses total do you skip over the course of the entire game, would you say?
I actually have lost count.
There's so many of them.
Like, I'll have 3 coming up in this stage.
It's easy. It's almost easier to keep track of how many he will have to fight than how many he gets past.
So, this is another execution-dependent stage because you have to know so much about how Jet works. There's so much that can go wrong in this stage if you don't know how Jet works or if you don't time things correctly. And there's actually one room coming up very shortly that a lot of things can go wrong in because it is a tack room. And tacks are quite evil.
Yeah, tacks are the little ninja kitties that'll throw out their little glove and try to steal your power up. And so if Sawny gets his jet stolen, it's going to drastically slow down how quickly he makes it through.
So we're going to try to keep that from happening by using Jet in very specific spots and in specific ways. Unfortunately, I made it through without any problem. So now, mini-boss skips.
You'd think that Ninja Cats would be cute, but they are in fact run killers.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So that was another 3 that you didn't have to fight?
Correct.
Ooh.
And if all goes well, I might actually get a sub 7 Dynablade.
Ooh. Here's hoping for the star grab and suplex into it.
Yes, I'm going to do this, and then I will actually explain what happens.
Yeah. Pay attention to Dynablade's health bar, chat, and watch how quickly this may happen.
I missed it.
Oh,
She's giving me another chance. I got it. So, okay. The first one I missed, but the second one. So, the stars actually count as normal enemies, and the nice thing about that is that when you fully charge Jet and hit a direction, you can actually grab them, take them way up into the air, slam them down into the ground, and it deals a massive amount of damage. And this actually deals 60 damage per hit. Dynablade has about 240 health. So, it just kills her very quickly, unfortunately.
Yeah, when you all saw that health bar drop by half, that was because of the star being slammed and bounced back into her.
Now, welcome to the Revenge of Mennonite. I need to focus on another mix.
And the one reason why in this run Sony does these 2 stages first is because these are both very key 4-frame windows. Get them out of the way early, so when you're trying to set a record, you know early on if you've completely messed it up.
Which I got at first try, which I'm quite happy about.
Beautifully done on both those mixes.
Early mix and first try on Revenge of Mennonite mix. One more that we have to worry about. So, mashing Y where I just did serves no real purpose. I just do it for fun. So, this first real stage in Revenge of Mennonite introduces something called jet spacing. If I do this correctly, you're going to notice I go through without getting hit by any of the enemies. If I were to get hit by any of the enemies, then it would completely screw up what I'm trying to go after, which is just no damage throughout most of these rooms. And I did another mini-boss skip as well, which ended up skipping, I forget the name of the Knuckle Joe mini-boss, but that one guy. And
yeah, and Sony's making this look so easy, but this is all extremely precise timing and positioning both while using this power-up.
And since we're in an auto-scroller, this is actually a perfect time for donations. I don't know if you can hear us, High Spirits, but yeah.
No, well,
Oh.
We have not gotten any donations in so far. I think we're probably gonna be good for the night.
Alrighty.
Well, a few other fun things that can happen during this section. If Sonny had decided to flaunt a little bit, he could have actually tried to do a little out-of-bounds Kirby movement here. It doesn't actually speed up the auto-scroller, it's just a little bit of swag, and you can die doing it, so Marathon Strats, he's keeping it safe, not going to be quite as showy for us as he could be.
So now we got a couple of bosses. We got Wispy Woods and we got Twin Woods, and they're both pieces of cake. I literally just jump in front of them and mash Y.
Mashing a single button as a speedrun strat? What is this, Final Fantasy VI?
Something like that, man. Hey, even FF4 you sometimes mash a single button.
I know.
Well, that room did not go as I had planned because I dropped one of my jet inputs, one of my jet headers. So, fun thing about jet headers is you have 14 frames after you hit Y initially before you can hit Y again to activate another jet header. And now for hopefully 2 mini-boss quick kills. Ah! I missed it. So this is going to be a little slower than what it would normally be, but same concept against Chef Kawasaki. If you fully charge jet and double jump, then you deal 200 damage, which instantly kills any and all mini-bosses.
And that fight also is reliant not only on Sonny's skill, but also having a good enough RNG for the left bonkers to jump at the right time, so he can get under him and do the damage.
And I've got to be careful on whether or not I get hit. Another thing that I should probably mention is, unlike the NES and Game Boy Kirby games, being Kirby's Adventure 2, or Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Adventure, and I believe Kirby's Dream Land 3 as well, you don't lose your ability whenever you get hit the first time. It's completely up to RNG whether or not you lose your ability. So there are some enemies that have a higher chance to knock my ability out of me than others, such as Gordos right here. They actually have a 50-50 shot on knocking my ability out.
Yeah, and that's about as high as it gets. Like, some of the weaker enemies will only have like a 10% chance, but the Gordos and a few others have a 50% chance, and some mini-bosses have specific attacks that have 100%, specifically Ju-Kid, I believe. Yeah.
He has a couple of slams that have a 100% chance to knock your ability out of you. Little bit of swag for the elevators, because this game has elevator skips. So there's that Ju-Kid down, and I got the double. I'll explain what happened there in just a moment, because I'm about to do it again to combo cannon. Or hopefully I'm about to do it again to combo cannon. So, fun thing about Jet. You can hold a direction when you're charging Jet and grab an enemy, put the enemy against your thruster, and launch them in the opposite direction of Kirby. Or, in this case, whatever direction Kirby was facing. Because Kirby will turn around and just launch him. And it deals so much damage. It actually allows us to get a quick kill on main cannon number 2 or combo cannon, depending upon which version of the game you're playing, and just completely wreck it. And now another mini boss skip, and this is the only one you can skip that actually has a ceiling.
Because all the others, they don't give you enough vertical movement to actually get above the fight trigger. But that one, Sonic can get float up above and just be on his merry way.
So now we are inside the halberd. We are going to fight something we saw about 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, something like that.
With a much cooler German name than English name, sadly.
Yep, because in German, this boss is called the Crabinator. But in English, it is Heavy Lobster.
Which sounds more like something you would order for dinner at a nice seafood restaurant, or maybe fight as a final boss in a free enterprise run.
Giving Scala ideas there?
Look, if we're already going to have one seafood course, I think we should have a few more. That's all I'm saying.
I kind of agree with you on that one.
Forget fresh memes, Xcode. We're going for fish memes tonight.
This is going to get a little fishy. Oh, don't fire.
Little bad RNG there, huh?
Oh, really bad RNG there. But that's okay. Crush Station. I love it. So, the reason I said don't fire is because I don't want the fire attack from Heavy Lobster. I generally can't hit him and then escape the fire in time.
Gotcha. Well, there will be a few more instances later on of bosses and mini-bosses having RNG patterns, and hopefully
that was not
Sonny
what I
will get the pattern required to do the quick kills on them.
Yeah, and apparently I derped because I forgot to spit Capsule J, which is okay.
Alright, so you'll see we finally kind of moved on from Jet. Sonny now has the Plasma ability, also known as 500 APM.
Literally.
Yeah. I never knew how to use this item as a child. I had no idea. I'm like, well, this is kind of puny. And, of course, being an adult now, we understand how games work a little better. And it's based on D-pad inputs. When he hits up to 16 or so, it'll get the glowy white ball around him, or white-green, and that'll do the most damage. I think 11 to 15 inputs or so, you said, gives you the helix, and just below that gives you the triple spark. And this is the key to doing ridiculous amounts of DPS in a short time, but it's going to pretty much rub all the skin off his thumb in the meantime. So we'll get to see it do work here on the reactor cannon. Of course, the actual damage to the boss being dealt by the lasers that come down from the ceiling, and then using the plasma abilities to take care of all the crates and stuff coming at him.
So, okay, while I was focusing on my plasma meshing there, the D-pad inputs 16 or more will guarantee the ball spark, which deals 40 damage. 11 or 12 to 15 will give me the helix that you saw. 9 to 11 will give me a triple spark. Anything below that really doesn't matter.
Gotcha. I was one shot on that one. Pardon me.
It's okay. The helix.
And this is.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is Sonny's chance to go ahead and get his thumb nice and loose and warmed up for the upcoming boss fight. Just kind of a little auto scroller. Time to relax. Time to heal up. Time to get hyped for another boss fight.
Another few boss fights.
True.
So, one thing to keep in mind is that the back sparks that fire from this deal damage as well. So I will use the back sparks a lot to deal damage. Now, coming up to Meta Knight, if you thought you had to fight him with sword as a kid, yeah, you don't really have to.
Time to cheat. Get it? No, thank you. I don't want to get it. You can keep this junk.
Literally.
You know the scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark when the bad guy is swinging the sword around and Indy just shoots him in the face? That's what Sonny just did to poor Meta Knight.
So now we've got the escape sequence where we are riding a wheelie, and there actually is a fun little bit of tech with wheelie. If you jump, it acts like arm pumping, so you get advanced 1 pixel forward with each jump you make. So timing where I jump is key to actually making it through this optimally. So I only want to jump a certain number of times, which I've hit every single jump I wanted to. And there we go.
Excellent. And that's second one of our mini games. What you got next for us, Sonny?
Got Spring Breeze. You might recognize this game.
Oh, the classics. Taking me back to many, many long car trips with my Game Boy.
Good old Kirby's Dream Land.
But
Spring
with
Breeze.
powers.
Spring Breeze is basically Kirby's Dream Land, but with powers. And this is actually going to be a fun segment for me because I love, absolutely love, the Spring Breeze segment. This is one of the reasons I love 100% so much. This segment is just pure relaxation for me.
Yeah, it's a nice little break. You get to use beam for the DPS purposes. You're not having to worry about using your highly technical movement abilities. You get to have a little pleasant time beating up all the things that stand no chance at this point.
So Wispy went down with ease. And now we're on to Float Islands, where hopefully things go right. And I actually accomplish something.
Oh, I think you've accomplished a lot already, Sonny. What are you talking about?
I didn't get the result I had hoped to. So you may have noticed I hit those spikes on purpose. That was to hopefully get beam knocked out of me, because I actually want to lose beam for this area.
I like though that you don't even spare even a sentence for poor Krakow Jr.
I know, right?
Now, did he even get a chance to spawn? So
That
rude.
wasn't Krakow Jr. though. Krakow Jr. comes up in the next stage.
Oh, I'm a stage behind or ahead. I'm sorry.
Got it. So, okay, I needed to actually stop and focus on the music because you noticed I had a Waddle-Doo partner. Well, if I time changing him back into an item with the fade out of the stage, I actually skip the animation of him being changed into an item, which saves 8 seconds. So now, Krakow Jr.
Yeah.
Done.
And a little bit of tech that Sony used there is like using the pea shooter while dashing in the Mega Man X series. The right there, if Kirby dashes and spits whatever's in his mouth at the target, it'll do 99 damage. Krakow Jr. only has 100 HP, so just one more little tippy tap, and it's done.
Yes, Professor NES, we used block damage to kill Krakow Jr., and then we stoned Krakow Sr. to death.
Stone being my favorite ability from this game when I was a kid. It was so fun to see the variety of things. Hopefully, we'll get a Mario statue by the end of it, but let's not hold our breaths.
I should have just finished DDD with the star. Oh well. Hello, Lil Spike, and thank you. So, DDD dies to 3 good hits of stone, and then we move on to Gourmet Race, where I'm going to focus.
Yeah, and what's happening here, Sony's actually using a little bit of movement tech for when Kirby doesn't have an ability. Normally, if you jump while dashing, you actually lose momentum and start to slow back down to normal speed. But if he hits his jump button immediately after releasing the D-pad input, he'll maintain that horizontal momentum and be able to do this a bit faster than you know, we all did just by holding right.
And keep in mind that in Gourmet Race, Kirby's dash speed is actually double that of his normal dashing speed.
So keeping that momentum makes a huge difference.
We got 2 jumps coming up. Hardest jump in the stage, right there. Got it. Then that other one that's not too punishing.
Very nicely done.
Hey, 3285, sub 33. That's a good second stage. Now
One
the
more to
third,
go.
now the third stage is going to bring up a very, very good mechanic to explain. So I just picked up Wing, and Wing has slower horizontal movement, but delicious, delicious vertical movement. And that is because of one specific ability that Wing has, which is a dive bomb. Had to focus because I'm dive bombing.
And although you think dive bomb, shouldn't that just make you move down really fast? Well, the thing is that Sony's able to chain it and just do the first little up swoop flip before you would come down. And just by repeatedly doing that up swoop, you can climb vertical corridors ridiculously fast, giving this the best vertical movement in the game, except in one specific room that we'll get to later. And so Jet, Wing, 2 of our big movement abilities, making short work of some of these zones. We'll get to see a third one used, well, more for DPS than for movement later. It should be pretty fun to see.
And now we are into Resident Sleeper Cave Offensive.
Of course, y'all donated for the 100% run, so Sony does have to collect all 60 treasures. So time to relax, enjoy the scenery, but still, there's going to be some really good movement tech in here for everyone to enjoy as well.
So, since this is Resident Cave Offensive, I need to see some Resident Sleepers in chat. Now, in all seriousness, though, this section has so much tech in it that it's not even funny.
You'll be seeing other little tricks too in a little bit. One of my favorite ones, I think, is in this room or the next one. We'll wait and see.
Okay. So... I love it, guys. I love it. So, one of the things you saw me do was I dive bombed and ended up hitting 2 of the switches at once with the orbs that fly out after I hit the ground. That is intentional. There actually is a setup for that that works extremely well. If I time it right when Kirby's foot touches the left wall and dive bomb from there, then it is a guaranteed hit on both of the switches. Otherwise, it's slightly off on either switch.
Finding all sorts of fun little power-ups from other Nintendo classics. For those of you who've not actually played Kirby Superstar before, you really do owe it to yourselves to play through this game. Ridiculously fun, and all kinds of cute little references like
Don't
these.
blink. I just went through a wall.
That's my favorite part. So with the wing dive bomb, if you're holding down, you can actually just kind of clip through a 1-block tile like that. And I think that's the only place in the run you actually make use of it, but it's still cool to see.
Yep, and I almost lost a minute.
Hi bonkers, bye bonkers.
I almost lost a minute because I almost died. And I don't want to die yet.
What? Dying? Why would you die? You're so good at this game, Sony.
We'll find out later.
Skull asking, when does this get combined with both Zelda 3 and Metroid Rando? Oh, and Super Mario World?
Ooh.
All of them,
Ooh. Ooh.
the My screw attack was in Donut Plains 2?
What?
The?
My screw attack was the green switch? Alright, so we are actually going to be coming up to a boss here very shortly. And if you thought the fish puns were done, I'm sorry. This boss is going to be a whale of a time.
What have we here?
Whale,
Right.
whale, whale.
Fingers crossed, good pattern, come on.
Bad pattern.
Let's see. Oh, I was hoping for the small breaches. Fatty Well not playing kind tonight.
Fatty whale gone.
High Spirits Well is not a fish, but neither is a metal lobster robot.
So, focusing real quick for a thing called a cart skip. There we go. So, funny thing is you actually don't have to take the minecarts in any of these sections. Well, I take that back, except for the last section.
Whether you don't have to, it's just your best option.
Yeah. By the way, we got a dime. That chest was a little stingy. But
Having played this game at about the same time I played Wario Land, I know every treasure counts, no matter how big, great, or small.
I got the task strat. I just saved 2 frames.
Sawneyrath, secretly a robot.
So, okay, cart skip real fast. Basically, thanks to Jet, you actually have faster movement than if you're in the minecart, even when mashing Y. So, and the Y button actually breaks the minecart, like B-R-A-K-E-S, not B-R-E-A-K-S. And so you can actually mash the brake and move so much faster. KSS is a super effects game.
All for that sweet, sweet fatty whale spin. How are we going to incorporate this into our game? Oh, of course, there's that other fight too. But I just like that they're like, make the whale spin. What did you do to that poor Poppy Brothers?
So I kind of killed him. I kind of fully charged Jet to get into the room, started charging it again as I was falling to the ground, jumped into the air to charge it yet again, or finish the charge, and then double jumped and immediately destroyed Poppy Sr.
Sonny, your explanation was longer than your boss fight. We got to work on your explanation.
I know, right? So I got the bucket from Mario and Wario. That's a thing. And now this room went perfectly.
Very nice. And Yaku Morphin, yeah, this is the Super Nintendo version. There is Kirby Superstar Ultra, which I believe is the DS version.
Correct, it is the DS version. It actually has just as much tech, if not more.
Scala's saying that your explanation should just stop at, I straight up killed him.
Yeah,
Kirby's a little murderer.
that's probably about right, Scala. So, jet movement in a lot of these rooms is super broken. Because you can just go through them all so fast. And it's so delicious to watch. Oh, I actually got the IO strat as well. I wasn't expecting that. So, quick explanation on that one. When you can actually hit stuff with the backdraft of your jet as you're falling, and it will interact with objects like it did with that bomb block.
Very nice. So that's multiple power-ups that you take advantage of the rear-facing abilities on. Plasma, using the rear part of the sparks to knock out those mini-bosses right near the end of Meta Knight, using this one quite frequently to break blocks through walls behind you.
And now, I hate to inform you guys this, but you might want to check your operating systems, because we got a computer virus on our hands. This boss is a pain, but I get good RNG. Sweet. So, I didn't get an attack from the slime, which is good. I didn't get an attack from the dancing doll, which is good. And then I got one of the 2 fastest attacks that the wizard can give.
Regrettably, not seeing the last of the computer virus, though. But it's fine for now. Second cart skip going on right now, using that jet instead of putting on the adorable little miner cap. Luckily, we will get to see it a little later on.
So, this is the old tower segment. This is probably the most intense segment in the entire run, just because of movement. There's a lot of movement tech I have to hit, and I completely missed that. But that's okay, because I can just recharge it. So we're coming up to another mini-boss skip. Done. You can skip the mini-boss fights in that room with relative ease.
But you do have to fight the bonkers coming up, right?
Kinda, sorta, but not really.
Fight in quotation marks.
I have to trigger the fight, but I don't have to actually fight him.
You have to deal with a very short cutscene of a guy with a hammer falling in a pit.
Yeah, we'll call it that. So, unfortunately, I don't know where to go from here, so unfortunately, I just gotta die.
Oh, what a scrub. Shame.
Nah, this is just a death warp.
Dodge.
This is just a death warp to get back to this main room for another mix. Ooh. Couple frames off. So I was early on that attempt of it.
Yeah, this being the third attempt to get a certain mix ability. Yeah, this is the last one in the entire run, I believe. So
Correct.
Don't have to worry about those 4-frame timers after this one.
Third try. Just like practice, actually.
Well, that's fantastic. You got the first 2 on the first try, and you had the quick version of one of them, and then this one on the third try. Excellently done. Again, for those of you watching, that is a 4-frame window, which is roughly 1/15 of a second.
Hang on a second, Invin. Because we're in the sleep room.
Yeah, holding our breath.
Oh well. So I just lost about 40 seconds.
Oh no. It doesn't really hurt him too badly. He can still make progress here without Jet. It just slows him down a little bit. Very sneaky room there with all the sleep statues. That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I lost even more time because of the Scarfy.
Bad dog. Man, Kirby making dogs and cats into bad things to handle. Man, this game, truly a nightmare.
Scarfy's a cat.
Oh, Scarfy's a cat?
Scarfies are
that was a
cats.
dog. But tacks are cats. Okay, so clearly Halken just did not like cats. Okay.
No, Hal did not like cats. So unfortunately we got sleep, which loses about 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds, just because I can't actually move through this room very quickly. But it's not too bad of a setback, really.
Yeah, other places where like you have to lose it and then you have to worry about getting a backup strat to regain it. Here you just push forward without Jet anyway, and you're pretty much fine. Oh, we got a yellow Camellia arm tonight.
We didn't play the guessing game on Camelliarm's color.
Well, we'll have one more chance.
2.
I believe, 2 more chances. Yeah, Milky Way Wishes and the arena. So, let's see: green, blue, yellow, red, pink, and orange.
Potentially orange or brown. Just pick a color. Any color. There are a bunch of them. And we'll let you guys know when the Camellia arms are coming up.
Well, you won't know the exact time it's coming up in Arena, but we will be able to warn you for the Milky Way Wishes one.
I like that. Plaid. Spaceball 1. They've gone into plaid.
I actually believe if Camilio... What? You died again? Come on, Sonny.
Shh. Nobody saw it.
At this point, I firmly believe that if Camilio Arm was moving at the speed of Plaid, you'd be able to handle it.
Oh, more than likely. So, Plasma has the fun property of being able to go through walls, and like you saw in Meta Knight, but it's also got a range that it'll hit. Xcode, you didn't see anything.
So skipping a little bit of the water room there by using it to break the block off to the lower right. We better get some more 500 APMs in a little bit.
I mean, ish.
Save that thumb for the arena, Sonny.
Okay, that was good. So, one-tile gaps are a huge pain in this game, just because you really don't have much to work with. Oh, great. So,
Oh no!
my Samir just died, which, I mean, this isn't too big of a problem, because I can just grab another stone ability right here.
Ah, nice backup.
And now we're going to be coming up to my personal favorite part of Great Cave Offensive. I hope y'all like elevator clips and elevator skips, because we're going to be coming up to 2 of them in very quick succession.
1 pixel wide, I believe you said?
One of them is a lot more generous than 1 pixel, but the other is right about 1, yeah.
So we've used Jet to make all kinds of ridiculous horizontal movement. We've used Wing to make all kinds of ridiculous vertical movement. And now we're going to use Stone to help us do... What else would you do with Stone? Ridiculous downward movement.
So, Samir hops on, and I clip through the elevator just like so. And I missed that elevator clip on the first try, but I got it second try.
Nicely done.
So, now we're going to get rid of Samir and actually use the mirror power-up.
For frame perfect, pixel perfect?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Gotta
Getting ahead
destroy
of
a
myself.
Jukid. And now we're moving on to a frame perfect, pixel perfect trick. So I'm gonna concentrate for this real quick. First try! Yo! I'm on fire with that.
Show off.
So
Beautiful.
that is pool skip. Normally you would have to have fire from a Burnin' Leo in the room before the Jukid to set that fuse on fire and fire out the cannon to get that katana. But if you do it all correctly, you can actually hit the bomb block through the ground, because mirror will be going straight up and down. So this is the only minecart in the entire run that we don't skip.
Yeah, there's no convenient jet power for Sonny to go pick up. So, and plus this way we do get to enjoy the adorable little miner's cap. And honestly, why are you playing Kirby if you're not enjoying the cute outfits?
Hello, petting zoo. Hello, wintertime. Goodbye, wintertime. Goodbye, petting zoo. I raced the chicken to the door and I won. So, I'm going to abuse a lot of jet movement here. And I do mean a lot. we're coming up to a room that I very, very like to call the Donkey Kong room. Or that I really, really like to call the Donkey Kong room.
Hey, this isn't Barrel Cannon Canyon. What are you doing?
Playing Barrel Cannon Canyon.
Okay, fair.
Oh, I missed the Bugsy quick kill and then I got it. And watch the raccoon doll. It moves.
It's alive. Very nice of that Bugsy to jump for you after the initial one.
He's actually scripted to jump. He will sometimes hover, but a jump of some sort is imminent.
Gotcha. So if you miss it on the first attempt, you get another chance pretty quickly. Okay.
Yep. So I'm going to create a capsule J here, and then I'm going to eat this crash bomb, and then I'm going to crash, which is going to hit the switch, open up the gate, which will allow me to get the orichalcum, which is in this chest. Yes, it is orichalcum. And finish up this section of the Sky Garden area of Great Cave Offensive.
I don't know, that looks like the Adamant to me. Are you sure you're not playing a free Enterprise seed?
I could be playing an FF1 seed for all you know. Don't forget, FF1 has Adamant too.
Oh yeah. Our Adamant is Adamant. Their Adamant is Gladamant.
Their Adamant is Radamant. It is far from Badamant.
Is it a requirement?
Yes, it is a requirement. Anyway, guys, it's Christmas in July now. Hate to tell you that.
You sure you just didn't leave your tree up all year? Don't lie to us, Sonny.
Something like that. If the timer stopped, I've actually got a secondary one running, so... I'd be able to tell you the time. And funny thing about this treasure, in the English version, that's actually a Donkey Kong barrel.
And of course, playing the Japanese version because it makes the text boxes in Revenge of Meta Knight go by so much faster, I trust.
Yep. Which I completely forgot to go over that. Yeah, we're playing the Japanese version, if you didn't notice.
What could have given it away?
I don't know. The fact that you see a bunch of kanji?
Nice little buddy jump there.
Yep. Alright, toughest treasure to get casually. Y'all are gonna hate how easy this is made. Done. We got the tire. Hate to tell you guys this, but I got tired.
I think High Spirits is kind of tired.
I would say so. So, if you actually do a ground slide while you're on, oh my gosh, wheelie, you can grab chests, which is kind of nice. It's a good thing I got a maximum tomato before I fight Wham Bam Rock. I just got bodied by that room. Stars are evil, guys, just so you know.
And again, going back to the 100% category, if you pay attention to Sonny's gold total, that's the easy way to make sure you have all 60 treasures in this. It should be a nice long row of 9s with a 0 on the end to confirm that he has all 60 treasures before going into the boss fight.
Which this platinum ring will be 40,000. And then the last treasure, if anybody wants to guess what it is that doesn't know, will be worth 800,000 gold.
It is a thing.
I got the thing! No, like seriously. I got the thing!
Seriously, when is the Kirby Superstar Z3R crossover coming out?
I would absolutely love that. Alright, I'm gonna focus real quick, because I'm gonna do a really tough quick kill strat. Really good start to it. That was really bad. Nice! Okay, so I screwed up the second part of it, but I definitely recovered it real quick. So, fun thing about Wham Bam Rock and Wheelie. When you're charging up Wheelie's attack, Wham Bam Rock takes damage basically every frame of it. And by jumping up to the top of the screen and hitting him, it just deals so much damage immediately. It's probably the fastest DPS you can get on Wham Bam in general. And optimally, that would have been a 3 cycle.
But Sony will have 2 more chances to pull it off. One with Ryder, one in pure tire form. So we'll see if he gets it on either of those.
One with Ryder, one with Plasma.
Oh, one with Plasma. Oh yeah, because you just do nothing but Plasma in Arena. Okay.
Right, because I'll be going for a 1.5 cycle on that one.
Yeah, 3 different ways to fight the same enemy.
It's the same way in Milky Way Wishes. Sliding sucks, by the way.
Speaking of which, now that we have started Milky Way Wishes, you'll notice that Sony came straight to Sky High, and that's because 3 of these movement abilities that he's been using all game are here. It's going to give him Wing, Jet, and Wheel. So, just like that, he's ready to go fast throughout all the other planets as well. Little maze action here.
Right, center, right, right, center. That is the solution to the maze.
Has a good rhythm to it.
Drop underneath the platform, that way I can grab the super candy and enter the door before the crash bombs explode. And now we're going to kill Krakow in a very, very not fun method because I'm dropping inputs.
But still, you're invisible. You just dive bomb him. Invincible. And you just dive bomb, dive bomb, dive bomb. He's like, what is this bird? Paintball. Ah! Not fair.
So the second planet we go to is Hotbeat. This planet's on fire, yo.
It's been lit.
It's lit,
since
fam.
1993.
Let's see. Nope. No dice. Alright, let's not get wombo comboed.
Being rude.
I agree, because I almost got wombo comboed there. Hello, thank you. So, with Wheelie getting the super candy, he moves so much faster with it than if Kirby had the super candy. And now, I'm going to do a thing with Jet. We're going to run in, we're going to jump, we're going to double jump, we're going to kill it. We're going to turn Wheelie back into his item form, and we're going to grab Suplex. We're going to switch back to Jet, and iframes! Iframes get abused a lot with Jet. So now we're in another Donkey Kong section. And we're done with Donkey Kong. Gamelio arm. Colors.
Oh, he's a little lemon.
He didn't jump. Blue was not the correct answer. It was yellow. I like it, Ferris wheel. Not yet, high spirits, but he did go invisible.
That's pretty much plaid.
Close enough to it. So, Mech Guy starts off with me flying over the screen.
Yeah, this is one that's full of a lot of technical movement. So you're going to see Sony again using Jet to great effect here, but one of the biggest rewards is going to be found here as well, and that's our 500 APM weapon of choice.
And an elevator skip.
I know, elevator skip is not your weapon of choice.
Elevator skip is my weapon of choice. Elevator
Okay.
skip is like the best weapon ever. So I'm actually going to use the double jump to hit the switch underneath, and then just fully charge Jet and use what is actually called a Jet Cracker to hit a switch behind a wall. Oh, I missed it. Come on. There we go. So definite backup strats there that kind of sort of worked.
So what that fight have looked like had it gone with the ideal execution?
The same way that the Bonkers fight looked like. And now the easiest way to kill a heavy lobster.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on, keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Pretty much. So now we have Plasma, which we will be using later on. We won't be using it right now. Though I switched back to Jet. Now, funny thing about that heavy lobster kill. If you go against the wall with wheel and are stopped like that, it just deals so much damage. It's damage per frame, basically.
Yeah, it's similar to the damage per frame that you were doing with the Wheelie Rider, except your inputs are a little different to make it happen, right?
Yep. Hello, there's Jet. I went the wrong way. Whoops. Okay, so that was a low height bonkers that I wasn't going to be able to quick kill because I screwed it up. But that's okay. So we have Hammer, which actually has some use later on as well.
And for reference, the 100% part of Milky Way Wishes is again for Sony to get all 19 of the special item pedestals, copy Essence Deluxe pedestals. There's no real easy way to keep track of them like he could with the secret paths and the treasures. So this is all just him knowing his route and having it memorized that well.
So we're going to get another Super Candy here with Wheelie Rider, and you're going to see something very, very similar to what happened earlier.
Yeah, super powered wheelie this time.
Nice.
I remember having so much more trouble with that boss as a child. Then again, I was probably still trying to use stone to beat everything.
I mean, stone is quite powerful, but
But you gotta go fast.
wheel is the way to go on that one.
So you're saying it's wheelie willy good?
It is really, really good. Now, this question mark planet has tax and crash bombs. That's literally everything in here.
Pretty much the two rudest plane enemies you'll run across.
Yep. And now we're going to Floria, which has a fun gimmick. This stage is based upon what season you're on. How the stage looks is going to be very dependent on that. And I have to go into winter first and remember to head back to the entrance so that way I can get ice. I have forgotten that ability in a 100% run that PB'd.
Oh. Yeah. So this is basically, you're playing Secret of Mana now, trying to get into the Moogle Village?
Pretty much. How many how many other references can we make in one run? That's the real question.
Kirby Superstar definitely has room for all of them.
It does, it does. I did not stop that at the right time, but that's okay. So, next ability we're going to get is Cutter. And we're going to hope that Wheelie Rider actually does the right things. And now you're going to see a fight that looks very similar to what we just did. Twinwood's 1 down. Twinwood's 2 down.
Poor Twinwoods, they're just a little tired.
They were just slightly tired. So, next up on my planet conquering list is Aqualus. And this is fun? I'm going to leave it with a giant question mark because this is actually my least favorite planet personally.
There's still some additional cool tech to see here, though. Like, if Sony times it right, he'll be able to use the wheel ability to do some momentum preservation strats and make it through these pools of water much faster than having to swim through them manually.
Yep, and that's coming up in the next room. Aha, I got hit by the frog again. We'll see if it happens on this next opportunity for it. Nope, I got hit by the fish. That's okay. So basically, you can actually use wheel on water and then cancel it out while you're going fast.
You see, it's kind of funny. We've had all these, everyone makes jokes about, RPG Jerkbird and, the birds in Ninja Gaiden. But tonight, here at the RPGchick-a-thon, it seems like it's aquatic creatures that have been given everyone heck.
I would say so. So, we're coming up to a Jew kid that I'm going to kill using stone. And he's gone. You know, I don't know where to go, Invin. Where do I need to go?
When you don't know, it's sometimes good to just relax, take a little nap, explode in a shower of stars.
Yep. So that was just another death warp to get back to the original hub quickly, so that way I can get to this room, get beam, and then go straight to the next boss, where I'm going to do a strat. It's going to be a strat, and it will remain known as a strat. It'll be a it'll be a really good strat.
So this time, just for reference, we are hoping for big breaches, unlike the other 2 points we fight on when we want the small ones. So, of course,
need to turn that off real quick.
Always rude.
Sorry, High Spirits, I forgot that was on.
Man, being able to do that while deactivating your notifications?
Yep.
You made it look so easy.
So, final planet is Half Moon. And Half Moon is super execution heavy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. As you can tell from me counting out all of my jet usage there. I have to count that out. Otherwise, if I get lost somewhere in it, then I run into issues. But we are actually going to see Speed Tech with an ability you wouldn't think you'd see Speed Tech with.
Is this going to be the ninja down kick?
It is going to be the ninja down kick.
Excellent.
So for those of you that do like ninja, it's going to be a good time for you, because ninja has some great tech to it. But first, 500 APM.
Pew pew.
And now in the updraft room, you would think to use wing because it would be faster, but it's slower because with jet you can actually break through the bomb block with relative ease because you can just use a jet cracker to hit it. And I can prematurely stop jet and activate a jet cracker by hitting Y again. That damage I just took was intentional. So say hello to Computer Virus Part 2. Right.
Stop. Hammer time.
Indeed. Let's see if I can get this. Ow. Nope. Really bad RNG. Because I think originally, oh great, I was set up for the quick kill. There we go.
Little rude. Nothing you can't handle that.
Nah. So, now we're done with all the main planets of Milky Way Wishes, and we are on to the last thing in this mode for 100%, which is defeating Nova. So if y'all like Gradius, this is going to be a throwback to Gradius. And if I can get one specific thing here, I will give a shout out to one of my friends in the Kirby community. Because he likes to give me crap about something in this stage. Which is looking good so far. Alright, so, because this actually ended up becoming a meme, shoutouts to Kid11 for memeing me to get True Nova way back when I was doing sub 120 attempts. True Nova is killing all the enemies without getting hit.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh, I might actually die here. Because I got hit by one of the nodes that does a high amount of damage. Oh! I lived! I lived! I got the dodge!
Trying to make us panic.
This one was the first, if I remember correctly.
And this is, of course, not going to be the last time we see Nova in even the Milky Way Wishes campaign tonight, I hope.
Nice!
Getting the one cycle on
Get
marks,
the one
too.
cycle marks.
So clean.
Hello? Dazzle, what are you doing?
So, restroom break for the audience now, right, Sonny? Stretch your legs, refresh your
Yep.
drink.
This is a great time to refresh your drink. We have to sit through 3 minutes of credits before we get to the true 500 APM section of this run, being the arena. So, the arena is going to be basically non-stop plasma mashing. There's only one boss that we don't use plasma against, and there's one boss we are forced to not use plasma against. And the one boss that we're forced to not use plasma against is Heart of Nova, and the boss that we don't use plasma against is Waddle Dee, because we can just inhale Waddle Dee, spit him out, inhale our plasma item, and have plasma right back.
Poor Waddle Dee. He doesn't deserve this.
Poor Waddle Dee does not deserve it, but that's what poor Waddle Dee is going to get. By the way, High Spirits, if we do have any donations, and I don't know if we do, it's all you, man. Okay. So, since I actually have a break, do you mind if I do one thing after I finish the arena and do a file check to show that it's 100%? It'll only take about 30 seconds, maybe 35 seconds to do. Okay.
Awesome.
What I'm going to do is the most fun thing to do in my opinion for this game. It is called the sleep glitch, and I'll just let it speak for itself. I'm going to throw a seizure warning on this because it can trigger epilepsy. Oh no, High Spirits. When you see what sleep glitch does, you will love it. You'll love it. The end result is probably the best thing, per my opinion, because reasons. I'll leave it at that because I'll spoil it too much.
I'm just imagining the poor soul who first discovered it in their youth. Anyone who happened to cross it back in the mid-90s. But yeah.
I love it, High Spirits. You are my hero right now. Alright, so our 3 minutes of credits are pretty much done. Scala, you are my hero. And now we get all the D-pad mashing. So I'm going to leave this all to Invin, and I'm going to focus.
Yeah, there's honestly not that much to talk about. We're not going to see any new bosses here. The main thing is just that it is the boss rush mode. And of course, Plasma does enable Sawney to do pretty much the highest DPS of anything in the game, as long as he is hammering that D-pad. So I'm going to clear out all these rounds, and then the last boss is always Marks. So I guess if you wanted to, you could guess in chat who you think the next to last one will be. It's usually either Meta Knight or Heart of Nova. Don't know which one we'll get today, of course. Making quick work of Wispy Woods. And 17 more to go.
This is good.
Throwing the sword away. We don't need your stinking sword. We have laser beams.
This is really good.
Meta Knight getting completely dunked on. So
Meta Knight getting done early.
We know that won't be the next to last boss. Probably going to be Nova
Color.
at this point. Oh yeah, we can get. Oh, that's really nice. Kind of a bluish purplish indigo.
Key Paladin wins.
Next up. Oh, poor Dynablade. We beat up the bird and stole her children. Very speedily done, again.
So, don't blink for Krakow. Done.
Krakow can't blink. Krakow doesn't have eyelids. Or eyelid.
Krakow doesn't have eyelid.
Krakow doesn't have eyelid.
Nice. That was a pretty good Twin Woods.
Surprisingly, Twin Woods does have eyelid. Each one has at least one eyelid.
Nice.
Oh, good pattern on Fatty Whale. Let's go. Doesn't even make it off the screen with his hops. Little Crabinator. Your tongs and butter, give them to me. More little mini bosses. Pick crustacean. You see, Xcodes, when you say that, I just kind of imagine Sean Connery ordering a nice seafood dinner. Yes, bring me a plate of your finest crustaceans. Would you like some herbs with that? Only partially.
I missed the one cycle la 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 la, but that's okay. I actually didn't start at the right side to hit la 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 with the first full power spark, which would have guaranteed one cycle. Alright, battle windows, you're wasting time already. That's cool. I ain't even mad. Now I'm getting mad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're not gonna guard a second time.
Dragon good to go.
Ooh. Okay, dragon gave me a fast attack, good. Wow. Oh, slow attack. This is not gonna be a sub 4 arena. Oh well.
It happens. I think you're still awesome, Sawny.
So, Wham Bam Rock, this is the other strat for him.
No more wheelies.
I missed one of my shots.
Oh, so close.
That's okay.
Still
I got
that 500 APM damage. So
I got
juicy.
2 cycle, which is good. So, Heart of Nova at 6 left. If I take too much damage here, I'll grab a maximum tomato. Otherwise, I'll be able to finish this without using a maximum tomato, which is going to be great. Oh. This will be easy to finish without a maximum tomato.
Excellent.
Except you're all just going to hear a few times.
So neither Heart of Nova nor Meta Knight for the penultimate boss fight. Gonna be interesting who it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering who it is. I will laugh if it's Waddle Dee.
Waddle Dee Ultimate. Oh man, it's not even gonna be DDD. We're getting DDD right now. With his annoying iframes.
Yep. I have to space my hits out due to his iframes, and it is quite annoying. Waddle Dee is the last one!
Waddle Dee, gatekeeper to the final boss of the run.
Waddle Dee is the last one! Okay.
Bye, Waddle Dee. Bye, Waddle Dee.
I'll at least stop in front of Waddle Dee to pay him my respects before I won 19.
He nearly had you. I saw him.
Hello? One of my hits didn't go through on marks. That's cool. So I missed the one cycle. Oh wow, I don't even get a 2-cycle. Because
Ooh.
Marks decided to fly up. So instead, Marks will die. And time is when the character's set into place. And time.
GG Sawny.
So beating the arena unlocks the sound check, but
That's
there's
not
the
how you
file
feel if you
check.
have
We are
100%.
at 100%.
Well, you know, I think that given, you know, how late this is run, High Spirits is probably a little tired, so why don't you show them what you can do with a little sleep?
Oh, this is going to be fun. So this is called the sleep glitch. This is a really, really fun glitch that somebody just happened to stumble across. So we grab sleep in Hotbeat, we hit R and then X to exit out of Hotbeat, and we're still carrying sleep. Well, sleep has some fun properties in Heart of Nova, and this is what happens. Rip game.
Yeah, seizure warnings, by the way. This is much more disgusting than it was the other night.
Yeah, it is. So, the only thing that I can do at this point is do a soft reset on the game, and the files are wiped.
Just imagine that happening to you back in the mid-90s. What? I don't know! Yeah, it ended up being a black screen. It had a little bit of a flash, and then the I'm guessing OBS just didn't like what it saw.
OBS
and
could
gave
not
up on
render it. Rip file 3 indeed. But there you go. That is Kirby Superstar. 100%.
So, High Spirits, when you get some sleep tonight, just make sure you don't do it in a spaceship, or else everything you love and care about will be at 0% in the morning.
So what you're saying is it's gonna be Wednesday. It's gonna be Wednesday.
Exactly.
Probably.
Okay,